Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna prep my eyelid. I'm just gonna use a little bit of this Stay Don't Stray primer from Benefit Cosmetics. Then I'm just gonna kind of dab that out and blend it out with my beauty blender. And then I'm gonna go in with that light color, that really white color to really set that. So let me pick up the right brush. So I'm just gonna use this flat shader brush. This is from Luxie, it's the Precision Shader. So I'm gonna go in with just that white color. Just gonna pack that all over the eyelid just to kind of set that foundation and be a good base for a purple color that's gonna go over top. Okay, so now we're gonna take our lavender purple. I don't have the same colors as you guys have, so I'm gonna go in with a dupe of yours. I'm just gonna take that purple and I'm just gonna put that right on the base of the lid over the white. So my colors might be a little different than yours, but you'll get the point. I just kind of blend that. I'm not bringing it all the way to the corner, I'm just kind of really pushing it on the rest of the lid. Really pack that on there. Okay, now I'm gonna take a blending brush. Now I'm gonna take this really fluffy brush and I'm gonna pick up that dark purple shade that you guys have. I'm gonna put that on the corner of my eye. I'm just gonna blend that. I wanna drag it across my lash line a little bit and then bring it back up. And I'm gonna go in and add more product as I go because it's a lot easier to add than it is to take away. So we're just gonna keep building that purple color. And like we said, this is stage makeup, so you really want it to be really extra because you can see it on a stage much better. And you have a lot going on. So again, I'm just picking up more product on this brush and just really just sweeping it back and forth in that crease. And again, dragging it across the lash line. Now we're gonna pick up another type of shader brush. This is by Sigma. It's just a flat little guy, and I'm gonna pick up that white color again. And my white color, I want to focus on the corner of the eye to give it that extra pop. Now I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go in with my eyeliner, your liquid eyeliner. This is by NYX. I'll put a link of all the products that I'm using, with the exception of your eyeshadows, in the bottom if you guys are interested at all. So I just want to take my eyeliner and I want to start in the corner of my eye and I'm just dragging it across my lash line. Now when I get to here, I'm going to start where my where my tear would fall, and I'm just going to drag it up just a little bit and then connect it. Just so you have a little bit of a wing. And that's just going to lift your eye and just complement the smoky eyeshadow. So when we're done with that, looking good. I'm going to go in with some mascara to cover my lashes. I have very light eyelashes, so I like to go in with a little bit of mascara before I put on my eyelashes. Now a little trick, if you get any mascara on your eyeshadow, wait until it dries. And just take a Q-tip and just kind of flick the mascara off your lid. Don't wet it. If you wait for it to dry, it'll flake right off without ruining your makeup. So I'm going to take my lash glue, and I'm going to actually put a little bit on the back of my hand as opposed to squeezing it right onto the eyelash itself. I'm going to take my eyelash. Now you want to be patient with when you're putting on lashes because they'll go on much easier if you wait for the glue to get tacky. So what we're going to do, my lashes are kind of really thick, so it's a lot easier if you take, they apply a lot better when you take the ends of them. If you're using thin lashes, you don't have to do this, but if you just kind of wiggle them like that, it makes them a little bit more round and it'll stick to the eye a little bit better. So we're just going to take them and just do a little wiggle. Gently, because you don't want to ruin them. Now I'm going to take my tweezers, hold on to the lash, and I'm just going to drag it through the glue that I have on the back of my hand. And when I do that, I really want to focus, I mean, I want the glue to go everywhere, but I really want to focus it on the ends, because that's sometimes where your lash tends to lift. Now I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to kind of shake it in the air. I really want it to dry. I want it not completely dry, but I want it to start to dry so that it gets tacky. So that's easier. Because if you put your lash on while it's wet, it's going to slip and slide all over your lid. So as opposed to waiting for it to get tacky, that way it will stick exactly where you put it. Now that it's tacky, I'm going to go above. It's a little easier to put lashes on other people, but when you go above and place it down over your lashes, it's a little bit easier to get on there. So I'm going to place it in the middle. I'm going to drag the ends out, and I really just want to have it sit perfectly right above my lash line where we put that black liner. And the reason the liner helps is because putting an eyelash on a black surface helps disguise it and make it look like it's more natural, like it's meant to be there, as opposed to putting it on a white or light surface. Then you'll be able to see through it and see that break between your lashes and the fake lash, and it's kind of like a dead giveaway. So once that lash is on, I'm going to let it dry a little bit, kind of push it down. And now I'm going to take a makeup wipe, and this is why I do my eyes first, especially when I do a lot of heavy shadow like this, because this is an opportunity to really clean up underneath. So once that's all clean, the top there. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my foundation. And I'm using the Wet n Wild Foundation Photo Focus. This is actually really cheap. This is like $8 from Walgreens, so I really like it. So I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to kind of spread that all over. Now, I like to use a beauty blender when I put on my foundation, so I'm just going to really dab that all over. Now, as you can see, this color is a lot darker than my actual skin right now, which is okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring it down our neck and really just blend it in so that you really can't tell. Alright, now once we have our foundation on, I'm going to go in with a concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, which is the best concealer. I'm just going to bring that in a triangle. So from the corner of my eye out and then down. Take my beauty blender and just blend that out. It's a lot easier if you look up too, because you really want to get nice and close to that lash line. Bring it up to the side of the nose. Same thing on the other side. Put some on the chin. Once we have that all blended out, I'm going to go in with a setting powder. I'm just going to, for the sake of needing less things, I'm going to take my beauty blender, dip it in there, really just set underneath the eye. This is going to help your makeup stay on a lot longer throughout your competition. Do it on the other areas that tend to kind of break up. Now I'm going to take an actual foundation powder. I'm going to do the same thing, but this is just going to give us some more coverage. Kind of wipe away all that extra powder. Now, this next step is not very mandatory, but I would definitely recommend it, especially for those of you who have lighter eyebrows. A lot of our expression comes from our eyes, and if your foundation and really heavy makeup is washing away your brows, I would definitely recommend filling them in. You can even use like a brown eyeshadow or whatever you got. This is definitely gonna add to the look for sure. You just want to kind of trace your natural brow line. And I use a brow gel to really set that. Now I'm going to go back to our eyes. I'm going to take an eyeliner brush and I'm going to go back in with that dark purple shade that we used in the corner, outer corner, and I'm going to drag that color down to our bottom lash line. So kind of mimicking eyeliner a little bit. I'm going to bring it back up to where it kind of started. You want to stop like in the middle of the eye. Now what I want to do is take a liner pencil. I'm just going to put that in the waterline. Now this might be tough for the little minis, but I would really recommend this one. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, and this is super, super easy. One little touch and it has product come off. A lot of liners, it takes a lot of layers to get any product to come, you know, to show on the, especially on the waterline, because it's kind of wet, so it's hard to really make product stick, but that particular eyeliner is really good, so I would recommend it. Okay, now I might go back in again with that purple color and just kind of really blend that out. Now bringing this color down to the lash line is really going to make your eye appear bigger, because that it does kind of close the eye a little bit, but it also makes it look bigger because there's more product and kind of opening it up with that darker color. Now I'm gonna do the bottom lashes a little bit. This is a really great mascara too. This is by L'Oreal. It's the Lash Paradise. Now I want to take a bronzer. I'm gonna go in with a powder face brush, and I'm just going to take this bronzer and I'm going to use those to really carve out the face. Bring it down the neck a little bit because our foundation was a little bit too dark. Now I want to use a blush, if I can open it. Ow! Alright, now I'm going to go in with a blush. I'm going to just pick up something from Bare Minerals. And I'm going to smile. And wherever the apples in my cheeks, right here, that's where I really want to put the blush. So I'm gonna focus it right there. And again, don't be afraid to go a little bit heavy-handed with the blush, just because, again, you really want to see it. And blush is usually the first thing to go with your makeup to kind of fade. So, and then I'm gonna go back to the eyes real quick. I'm gonna take that brush we used for our white. I'm just gonna touch it up again, because this is what's really gonna make your eye pop and separate from the darkness from the outer corner. And I'm gonna put some underneath my brow too, because that's gonna lift the eye. Take a fluffy brush and just kind of blend that out. And this is kind of the point where you can add a little bit more if you want to, if you feel like you could use a little more product in certain areas. This is where you'd add a little bit, because once you put the lashes on and start getting the whole face together, you can kind of see more of the final product. So then I'm going to kind of take a little bit of a highlight, and I'm going to hit your sunspots, so the highest points of your face, so the top of your cheek, maybe the nose a little bit. I'm really just gonna make the face pop a little bit. Okay, last step is the lips, which can be a little scary because the color is super dark. So I don't have the same exact lip product as you guys do, but this is the closest that I get. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a liner that's pretty dark. It's not the same color as the lip color that we're gonna use, but I'm gonna take a liner and I'm gonna really line my lips, because this is gonna help prevent any like mistakes that you could make while putting on your lipstick, because that color can be very, very unforgiving. So if you make a mistake, it's kind of really hard to take it away. So I'm just kind of, I don't want to leave my lips relaxed, because when you draw on them, they're going to kind of push and pull, and it's going to not help you make a straight line. What you want to do is kind of stretch out your lips. So you can make, use your teeth and push your lip out, kind of like that, or use your tongue. Same thing with the upper lip. You want to stretch it out as much as you can. And the Cupid's bow can be kind of hard, so if you want, you can draw an X. Oh yeah, looking good. So once we have our liner done, we're gonna go in with the lip color, which I think is the most fun part. This is the closest I could get to you guys' color. That's kind of the final look. So I would also recommend, guys, since your days are usually kind of long, I would definitely get a setting spray. And this is just really good to kind of just hit the whole face. So again, it's going to make your makeup last a lot longer throughout your long days of competing. So yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, all you really need is just two or three basic brushes. I would definitely recommend a fluffy brush for, your crease kind of, and then more of a flat brush to put on that lighter purple. And then even if you wanted to go the extra mile, take a smaller brush just to kind of hit that inner corner and the brow. But that's kind of it. That's a really great makeup. Courtney did a great job picking it out for you guys. If you have any questions at all, you can always ask Courtney to ask me, or if you you can leave them in the comments, or if I even post this, which I'm not really sure if I'm going to, but either way, if you guys have any questions at all, if you ever need me to come to a competition to help you, let me know. But either way, I hope you guys found this a little bit helpful, and I hope you enjoyed this year's competition season. Bye guys.